Hi, I'm Ciaran Haughey. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Table4One. My background is that I've spent 25 years running international operations for multinationals. And during that time, I've done a lot of travel on business, much of it alone. And I love traveling on business. I can't wait to get back to it. Um, I love going to new places and meeting new people from different cultures. A few years ago, on a cold, wet night, I was in Manchester and I had just closed one of the biggest deals of my career and I really wanted to celebrate, but I was on my own. So I decided to treat myself and went into a nice restaurant. And as I was being brought to my table, I actually counted 10 other people also in the restaurant eating alone. And as luck would have it, I got sitting at a table adjacent to a really interesting guy. He had just finished reading a book, which was a huge coincidence, called Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. Great book. I'd highly recommend it. And he gave me his copy of the book. We got chatting. And that chat, that book, that guy, that night literally changed my life. And that's what Table4One is all about. It's about taking these feelings of loneliness and isolation and changing them into life-changing opportunities. I'm not alone feeling like this when I travel on business. And if my needs as a solo business traveler aren't being met, then the industry is missing an opportunity to capitalize. Nobody is catering for the solo business traveler. And by not catering for them, nobody is capitalizing on the opportunity that this cohort presents. Table4One is the go-to solution for solo business travel, for the travelers and for the industry. Table4One was born as a mobile app, and we're evolving it into a wider platform that our B2B partners can integrate directly with. Our MVP app was downloaded more than 50,000 times in over 100 countries. We connect like-minded solo business travelers and we make it easy for them to meet up. We steer them to meet up in our partner establishments, and then we earn a revenue share for the higher spending business travelers from the increased spend. So how does Table4One help? We help the business traveler with introductions to like-minded, interesting people. Loneliness is reduced and new opportunities are created. Corporates get more business development opportunities, and they also demonstrate that they are serious about their duty of care when it comes to employee well-being. TMCs can offer innovative digital functionality to their corporate clients, and they can also demonstrate business traveler well-being. OTAs can get a brand new revenue stream. Hospitality partners can generate more revenue. They can offer their guests and customers a better experience. And they can showcase their establishment as a place where business gets done. Everybody wins with Table4One. How do we generate revenue for hospitality and for Table4One? Well, many solo business travelers are likely to get room service. And room service, as we know, is typically one person, one course, one drink. With Table4One, we get the guest into the hotel restaurant and ideally get somebody else from outside the hotel to come and join them. One person, one course, one drink becomes two people, three courses. A glass of wine becomes a bottle of wine and a cocktail or a drink afterwards. So we essentially upgrade a 30 euro bill to a 150 euro bill and everyone's happy. And we then earn a revenue share for the increased spend. We're pursuing a B2B partnership strategy to build the audience by partnering with the industry and partnering with innovative brands all across the travel sector allows them to offer this functionality to their audiences. Sorry, jumped too far ahead. We have a fantastic team with very different ways of thinking and diverse backgrounds, and we're backed up and supported by world-class advisors. Now more than ever, we understand the value of social connection, of real face-to-face communication. Many of us are keen to go and meet people again, to get business going again. And as we recover from the pandemic, many companies are looking for innovative ways to generate more revenue, to find new revenue streams and offer new functionality to customers. And with demand being reduced, companies are looking towards innovation to capture a greater share of the market. Table4One can help. We're looking to speak with innovative partners, looking for that competitive edge. And we're also raising seed investment of 350k GBP to make this happen and to offer life-changing opportunities to millions of business travelers all over the world. I mentioned that chance encounter one rainy night in Manchester that changed my life. I'm sure many of us remember chance encounters that have had a big impact on our lives. Now, imagine if you had the power to engineer those life-changing chance encounters for yourself or millions of others. Imagine who you could meet that could change your life or theirs. Thank you for your time, and please get in contact to chat about partnership opportunities or investment opportunities or anything else, or all of them.
Thanks, Ciaran. I really wish we had more than 3 minutes to talk here, because there's a lot of questions. So other than meeting with the person that's inspired this, what customer discovery have you gone through with this to build out the case that there is a genuine need for solo dining matching, as it were?
So we've brought this. This is pre-COVID. We brought it to lots of different exhibitions. We brought it to Web Summit, CES in Las Vegas, Collision, and we've literally spoken to thousands of people about this, and the response has been phenomenal. Not everybody loves it. So some people like to sit at home or sit in the hotel and get a night off and away from the kids, but it offers an alternative to loneliness for thousands of us.
I wonder if the connection there with events is where it's going to have the most traction, rather than just a random solo business traveler who happens to be in a hotel. It's when you've got perhaps like-minded other individuals who are attending the same event, so you've immediately got something to talk about over dinner, right?
It works really well for events, but it also works really well for, as you said, the random solo travelers that are there, because people are lonely, they're isolated. We're competing against loneliness, so any situation where that arises, it offers an opportunity. But you're absolutely right. Events is a real sweet spot where there's a shared interest and commonality.
Yeah, for fear of bringing the mood down a little bit, I do have to ask around things like duty of care and vetting. Is there some kind of process that goes involved that, I might quite like to have a solo dinner, but I might quite like to have dinner with someone I've never met before, but not if they end up being a psycho? So how do you kind of get around that potential problem?
Yeah, sure. That's a really good point, and something that we are taking very seriously. So one of the things where we will require people to use their LinkedIn profile to register, and people will be able to see who they're meeting on LinkedIn. Some feedback that we've got from female business travelers, for example, is that they would be keen to meet other female business travelers, not necessarily male to male, and that can work both ways. Security and safety is something that we do absolutely take seriously, and there's a security consultant that we're engaging as part of our evolution and building out the next phase, just to make sure that we're doing everything we possibly can. The comfort that I take is that these are the questions that were asked of Uber and Airbnb. So when we're in that kind of company, it's good and refreshing, and we can learn from them as well.
It's a terrible word, but it gets used a lot, and that's bleisure. And I wonder whether the next iteration of this is because we are reading there are so many that are taking a business trip and then plugging on a couple of days of leisure activity at the end. I wonder if it is those other activities that become the next iteration of this, and it becomes amusement park for one rather than just Table4One.
Yeah, absolutely. And to take that one step further, when I talked about hospitality partners, we're not just talking about sitting down and having dinner at a restaurant. We are talking about golf. We're talking about entertainment. We're talking about people meeting up for sports events. We're talking about, as you say, amusement parks for one. Yeah, anything where two people with a common interest can get together and share the experience.
Okay, Slauncher, to you, Ciaran
Slauncher.
Haughey, the founder of Table4One. Thanks ever so much for the chat and your presentation. Wish you all the best in the future.